The Golan Heights, as known to maybe not many, the plight of the Syrians in the Golan Heights are not known to many, and it's mostly considered as the forgotten occupation. It has been more than 50 years since the '67 war. And for me, actually, I didn't really follow a story necessarily, but more of a character study, who is living in being a stranger in his own community and hoping for a better future. So yes, but of course the reality of being from a place that is occupied, your motherland is in crisis. You know, the Golan Heights have a beautiful landscapes. It's a beautiful area. It's greeny. It's snowy. It's everything. But the thing is that, so I experienced it myself for 10 years, consistent years. The war was in Syria, so it was beautiful landscapes, but also soundtrack of war. So we were hearing the war, but we never saw the war, but we're seeing beautiful landscapes. And this dissonance really also affected my, or at least influenced me to ask the questions. Who do this war belong to, and what is its purpose? Yeah. Adnan is the name of the main character, the protagonist of the film. For me, Adnan is, I can maybe call him, he is a unique, nostalgic character. In which sense? I mean, nostalgia itself have a utopian dimension, and although it's never directed to the future, but sometimes it's also not directed to the past, the nostalgia. Sometimes it's rather both ways, and for example, you could be you could be longing for a home that no longer exists, or for a home that have never existed before. And so it's a sentiment of nostalgia here, in the sense is a sentiment of loss and displacement. But it's also a romance of our own fantasy. So we fantasize, we are romance. And Adnan, this character, this desperate character, in a stranger in his own community, amongst his own community, he is a romantic guy, and he is a dreamer, and he dreams about or fantasize or nostalgic about a place or a homeland, magical homeland that he never know, that he doesn't know. So for me, he is nostalgic to a homeland that he doesn't know, and that's why I see him as a nostalgic character, a very romantic character, very silent also, and an observer. So all these adjectives really fit the stranger: observer, dreamer, doubter. He doubts a lot, and it represents also my kind of perception of life. I mean, he, of course, he loves them, and he, for him, they are everything. But also, he is weak. He feels weak. For me, the women in general in the film represent hope, represent power, represent the decision. So for example, his wife is looking for every way or any way to help her man, or to help her family go out of this place, to start a new life, to begin a new page, a blank page. And she offers him, as you know in the film, she offers him a migration plan. And that's, in my opinion, it's a sign of movement, of resistance, so his relation to them is like, for me, he does not respond to her, and he does not respond to her offer, is because he also thinks, and he is afraid, and this is in general my perception, of not migrating to or leaving this misery or this dilemma, or more than dilemma. So he asks her, and it's so simple that, and he like make it a more. I make it more symbolized now that like if you. Like, aren't you afraid of that the apple tree can lose its taste if you plant it in a different soil? And that's his fear somehow, that in the future his wife might be right, and they could have a new life, but would it be the same? Would it be original? Would we feel belonging? So there is a dilemma, there is a struggle. And I offer the question, and I offer the around it.